I want to see what happens when, because right now in Portugal, in France, in Germany, it's like different situation from everywhere. In the US, I can see some states are realizing the danger and they are staying home, and others are protesting and like completely not social distancing. And you have a president that is encouraging them, like saying, "Oh, I understand them," like never being firm in the decisions that he has to take for the people. And I'm wondering, and I guess I don't have the answer, but when they open the gates and they open the restaurants, they open all the malls, the mega malls, is everybody gonna be running to catch all the time that they lost?
I mean, okay, so first I have to say that the United States is complicated. It's not like Europe.
Yeah.
It's not like China. It's not like South Korea. It's not like countries in Africa. You know, the United States is a very complex country.
Yeah.
There's 50 states in the country. The most important thing that people need to understand about the system in the United States is that you have the federal government, but each of the 50 states have their own independence.
Small,
so they have
mini government inside.
Exactly. So they have the right to make certain and uphold certain laws that might be opposing the federal government. So that in and of itself creates a problem, right? Then the other thing that people need to understand is that the very nature of the United States is based on individualism. It's based upon the I. It's not based upon what cultures have been for time immeasurable, which has always been the we. Always. Every culture in the world operates off of the we. Even quote unquote newer cultures still operate off the we. And I'm thinking of Canada, still operates off the we. However, here it's about the I, which creates a very difficult, it creates competition versus collaboration, right? So we're always sort of competing to, for capitalism, right? We're trying to compete to get the American dream.
And it's sad right now because right now the answer is collaboration.
The answer is
now.
absolutely
So
collaboration.
America is like, Gelas is saying, we have a president here.
I know.
Haven't seen one since January 19th, 2017.
And I think most people would agree. I mean, we do have in the highest office in the country, we have somebody who was a reality TV star who is a businessman, and some would argue not a very good businessman, but that's another story. But back to the United States, I think the biggest issue that the United States is facing right now amidst this coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic is that the country, the belief system of the country is based upon freedoms, right? You have your freedoms, right? That means that the most important freedom of all is that the government doesn't have the right to tell you how to live your life. That is like the core of what American values are. So now you have a situation where the government is telling you, you have to stay home. You can't go to work. You can't do this. And you don't have a safety net set up. Whereas in a lot of other countries like Canada, I saw in Switzerland, I saw in, I forget what other country, some other country in Europe, where they're giving people that have lost their jobs a certain amount of money every single month, regardless of what job you had, et cetera, et cetera. The government is providing that. That's not the way it works in the United States. In the United States, when you work a job, you put money, it's called unemployment insurance. You pay every single paycheck, you pay a percentage of your paycheck into an unemployment insurance fund. So that in the event that you lose your job, you now can access that. So it's like insurance, right? You don't necessarily put all the money into the insurance that you would get back because it's a little bit of a gamble for the insurance company. You may need it, you might not need it. So now you have a situation where you have massive amounts of people, millions of people now unemployed, which is like, putting a lot of pressure on the system, not to mention
and
the
they
health.
also lose their
benefits,
the health care.
The healthcare. Exactly. So, and now you have to pay for your healthcare. So, you're really talking about a shit show. Like, seriously, you really are. And so you have all of those factors. So people are like, okay, screw you, government. I don't want to stay in my house anymore. There, you have a a leader who has said that this is a hoax, like that publicly stated it was a hoax.
Yeah.
So you have a ton of conspiracy theorists that have come up with every reason on the planet, from 5G
Aliens.
to microchips to aliens to Bill Gates to this to that, the Chinese government,
It was a
etc. I
plan.
mean,